All right, fan-controlled football. Game 3, huge playoff implications tonight. Knights of Degen taking on Adoki. We have Malik Elion for Adoki, Epa Moananu for the Knights of Degen. We do not flip coins, we throw hands. We go rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Are you ready? Here we go. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Scissor beats paper, what are we doing? They're taking it. Adoki starts with it. Let's go, fan-controlled football, let's go.
Rock, paper, scissors brought to you by Wendy's, and we'll see Adoki start with the football. Thanks to Josh for taking us through that. As we near the start of this one, we'll see Mitch Kidd on offense to get things underway. Let's look at those starting lineups, courtesy of Experian Boost. We know our quarterbacks, Kidd and Crouch, but no shortage of talent when we look at the offensive lineups that the fans have assembled for these two squads. And remember, as we tell you so often, the offensive line tight end group and the defensive group, those are ones that are redrafted each week. They play 2 games a day, but those skill position players, those are the ones that have been able to work together well and really become a cohesive unit. And Ryan, you alluded to it, but the KOD receivers, T.O., Herring, Williams, going up against another great group of receivers in Smith, Boykin, and Elion.
Yeah, Smith, Boykin, and Elion, they're great receivers, and they go exactly what the style of offense that Mr. Kidd likes to have. They're great route runners, and they're always on point. While Ed Crouch, he's moving around a lot more. He has those bigger receivers that play well to his strengths.
Here's a look at the defensive side of things. And for Adoki, the hard-hitting Ben Hunt, Darius Stokes, those two very difficult to deal with in the secondary for most receivers in this league. And up front, Slick Nick. Conversely, for KOD, we saw Dak Champion earlier today in such great pursuit of the quarterback. As we are set to get this one started, Adoki and Knights of Degen. And Mitch Kidd keeping it himself, and he is sandwiched down just past the 10-yard line. These two squads met back in week 4. It was all Knights of Degen. They won going away 42-18.
That's a big win right there.
Our referees, they will take us through our 2 games tonight. David Reynolds in the white hat, Elias Lisenby, Marquez Thomas, and Robert Hampton.
I love this matchup, but fans, you guys got to do a better job with these jersey colors. Blue on blue, you guys are killing me right now.
Yeah, that's Chad's favorite thing right now. Go blue. Blue's going to win, blue's going to lose.
Oh, man, you can't say go blue around me.
Oh, gee, that's right.
Go Bucks.
There it is. Any the Ohio State fans in the chat?
The Ohio State. I like how Mitch has the double M's on him.
Again, all customization that Mitch does. We say it every time he plays.
Kidd connects here. Woo! Ballard put him on skates, looking for the block, and he's down at the 20. Malcolm Ballard coming off of a week that will be very difficult to stop, a FCF record 5 rushing touchdowns in week 6.
Malcolm Ballard, he showed us throughout the whole season what type of back he is. Right here, this is a screenplay. His blockers establish a nice wall, but then he just creates himself and then understands to get across the field and just make sure that he can get about 8 yards. Oh, no, that was a first down right there. I'm sorry about that. Get the first down right there on this play to allow Aoki to keep the chains moving.
You know, one thing that I find pretty interesting in these final 2 games, both offensive line groups and defensive groups all are playing. Everyone is playing for a different team. A lot of the time, the way that the draft shakes up is that you have 2 that play back-to-back. You know, whether it's the O-line all play back-to-back, D-line play back-to-back. All of these units have played in their first game, in the first 2 games. Now they will all play in the second game, and they're like representing these playoff hopes for these offensive squads.
Back to Ballard on the ground this time.
I like that here by the fans. Get Ballard in early and often. You know that Mitch the Kid can sling the ball. You know you got Boykin on the outside, Elion with the speed, but make sure you keep your running back in it. He's a record holder now. He's been great. It's taken him a while to find a team to land on, but as we got to chat on Wednesday during the Man Up Challenge show. He is a guy that is always prepared, always ready. So you never know when he's going to break one of those big ones here.
Fans, don't forget about the power-ups. Rotated at the top of your screen, the lightning bolt, the arrows, the 5. Each team gets to use one of these once. Here's Kidd going downfield, up for grabs. Had Ballard in the end zone. Good coverage there from KOD. That was Marquell Osborne trying to take that one the other way.
I don't know if that was even legally would have been a catch. Malcolm Ballard was running outside the whole time. He was out of bounds the whole time. But Osborne had good coverage. He had his hands on the ball. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to come down with it right here.
Yeah, good protection early on, but one of the few times where we see Mitch Kidd, feel the pressure start coming up. If he would have just taken a little bit more time and scanned the field, Darren Dowdell on the right side as tight end just ran an out. The linebacker fell down. He was wide open 10 yards down the field and no one around him for 10 yards. Fortunately, he takes the deep shot, doesn't work out.
So a reminder on those power-ups. Gatorade power play, it's a 7-on-6. The lightning bolt, Wendy's flip the field, the arrows, that's the FCF version of the punt. And the 5, the progressive 5th down. You can use that after a failed 4th down conversion. Here's a 3rd and 9. First half action. Adoki, quick release, there's Boykin. Spins off one tackler. He is taken down just beyond the 20. So he will pick up the 1st down. Now let's check in with the 4th member of our team down on the field. Here's Liv Moods.
So if you don't know, every time I wear a team shirt, they lose. And unfortunately, 8 Okie fans were active in the chat the other night, and they voted for me to wear a Knights of Degen shirt. So that's what I'm doing. Either way, we have a very, very interesting matchup ahead of us. It's win or go home for 8 Okie. I spoke to Mitch Kidd at the beginning of the game, and I asked him what needs to be done. He said everyone has to do their job, and if everyone does their job, we've got a lot of business to take care of tonight.
Regular.
All right, Mr. FCF in the chat, that's the vote. Will the curse be broken or is Liv still cursed? That's what I want to see here. You all can vote. There we go. Now we get off of figured out what jersey color you want, and it's more of, hey, did Liv curse KOD or not?
Liv Mood Hex on one of these teams.
I think they're going to break it today.
Ready.
Nice. Shays is weighed in.
Here's Kidd. Takes a look and hammered into that wall. Conyers driving the quarterback out of play. Big thanks to our broadcast partners here in the Fan Control Football League. Everyone watching at twitch.tv/FCF, NBCLX. Those on Peacock, you can go to channels and find Peacock, NBCLX on Peacock, and then our international viewers on DAZN.
I wasn't saying that I think that Acre's going to win or that Degen is going to win. I think that it's possible that it could be broken.
Okay. There's still a way where Knights Degen lose this game, the curse continues, but they still make the playoffs. So
yeah, true.
Liv's hedging her bets here. People in the chat saying Mitch Kidd needed to slide there. I agree.
So that's one situation where the wall actually helped. Because the wall wasn't there, that hit would have been way worse than it was. So luckily we have walls in Pullman.
Yeah, padded walls rather than hard ground.
High snap, Kidd handles it. Plenty of time, and now he'll take off. Kidd to the 10, and there he slides down. Does not want to deal with the hit from Ronald Marlborough. There was no wall in sight.
What actually caused this play was the good coverage by KOD, defense shutdown squad right here. Because Mr. Kidd was sitting in the pocket. There wasn't nothing available, so he steps up, and he listened to you guys this time and actually slid.
My heart was going. Ronald Marlborough, he's a bigger guy, and he hits very hard. And so this whole defense hits hard. Osborne, Tatum, it's scary. So I like that slide there by Mitch Kidd. They did give him as a little bit further than I think where he initially started his slide, so he will have the 1st down in our progressive blue zone.
21 big.
So happen when you're a quarterback.
Get you that little extra yard.
Get those extra yards.
Chase doesn't like it. I wonder why.
Hey, what's crazy is when I used to train, I used to always try to gain weight, but I couldn't really gain weight. One off season, I gained about 20 pounds. When I started hitting people, they were a lot harder. And I didn't think it really correlated, but it definitely does.
Ilion checking that defense up past the 5, and Malik Ilion, so versatile, rushing and receiving, and he is up the right side.
And a nice balanced drive here by our Ade Oki squad. Although Mitch Kidd has ran a couple times, those were still called pass plays. Now we're still working the run, and every play here has been pretty positive, like this here by our Ade Oki fan base.
That's the reason that both of these squads are doing well. They're both in the fight because their fan bases understand having a balanced offense, a balanced style of play.
Here's our fan rushing yard leaders. These are the fans at home, except one of them at the top here, who are calling rushing plays that have been successful at the top. The special one here for Ade Oki, it's TTV, twitch.tv/King Apollo. And the reason why he's special, he got flown out here today. He's the #1 fan for Ade Oki. If we do have our man-up showdown for playoffs, he's going to be the one calling the plays for this Ade Oki squad.
Here's Kidd. And the defense from KOD on it. Conyers.
The play calling team next to us, they're in the booth next to us.
And they're laughing.
They're laughing. They're looking down. They're not looking at us. I'm pretty sure it's them, man.
No,
it was bad.
This is bad right
Shay's got distracted.
Oh, man.
Heavy right slices up. On one, ready? I don't hear anything.
Oh, man. I'm really holding my nose right now.
Yeah, it happens.
Back to more pleasant thoughts on the field.
Yeah, please.
Knights of Degen here working on a 2nd and 3.
Check out.
And it'll be Crouch keeping it himself and finding a lane. Ed Crouch across the FCF logo. Stopped there by Rusty Becker, but that'll move the proverbial chains, pick up the first down.
Once again, we have a read option play, which allow Ed Crouch to just have pace and get this first down.
Well, fans, we have to tell you about a great deal with the Fan Control Football Store this weekend, part of our Memorial Day sale, 30% off. You could get these great Salute to Service shirts that we're wearing here in the booth, or anything else you might like from Fan Control Football. Ryan Shazier, the football player here, always likes to model the shirt. Devin was posing and spinning earlier. You can get your Salute to Service shirt. You can get an Aoki shirt. You can go to the store.fcf.io. Save 30% off this weekend.
If you want, you can also get these two guys as well.
That's right. Pay a little bit extra, and you know, maybe I'll be part of the shipment.
Degen will hand deliver that Salute to Service
there
t-shirt to you.
Absolutely. You know, if we can fly out fans here, I can fly to the fans there as the man with the fans.
You just have to be somewhere I haven't been before.
Check out.
Crouch stepping up again, looking to run, now throwing, and that's good to Herring across the 15. So Crouch getting very close there to that line of scrimmage, but he's able to find Jacoby Herring, and he's very close to a first down.
This is exactly why Ed Crouch was the MVP last season. Just because of his mobility, he's able to step up in the pocket, survey the field, see that he can't run, and then still has his eyes down the field. Watch as he steps up, starts to scramble, but sees he has an open guy. And like you said, now he's only 1 yard away from the first down.
Yeah, I love that. When quarterbacks scramble, the linebackers have to freeze here. Tingy Hill, number 42, he has to go ahead and pursue. He has to make sure that the run gets stopped. And it's a wide open catch right there. And now it's a very manageable
Jet left, Ozzy left.
second down here.
That's a terrible situation to be in as a linebacker, because you want to sit in your zone, you want to have your guy, but you're going against somebody that you know that is a clear running style quarterback that can hurt you with his legs. So a lot of times you bite on the cheese.
Fake to Lewis. Crouch again, stepping over would-be tacklers. Has the first down and then some. Spun down at the 5.
Nice at Degen. You guys are doing what you guys love right now, is following y'all quarterback and just trusting him, keeping the ball in his hands. And it's getting you all the way down the field.
Injured player down, that's Tingy Hill. Training staff out to 10 to the linebacker. And we are getting the Ed Crouch experience here. We talk about his ability to both run and throw the football. So well balanced there when we talk about the way he's spread around his touchdowns too.
Yeah, the one thing about Ed Crouch is that he constantly just puts so much pressure on the defense. When he has the receivers, they're able to create space. He always finds the right pass to get in there, but then he also can use his legs. And when he's in the red zone, he's almost unstoppable with his legs.
Oh, yeah. Crouch had 11 touchdowns, third in passing, and 8 touchdowns running, third as well. So that dual threat definitely on full display right now as Tingy Hill getting helped off the field. He's on both feet.
Fans, don't miss your chance to join us here at Pullman Yards. Only a couple of weeks left here in Season 2.0. Playoffs are on the way next weekend, and you can be here. Get your tickets at fcf.tixer.com. You can join us for the playoffs next Saturday. 2 games to decide who will play for championship here, the People's Championship. Crouch again keeping it himself and just tripped up as he moved across the 5. So a variety of fakes, but Aoki ready. Kyle Goodby there to come up with the stop.
That was good defense by Aoki. Kyle Goodby in this wonderful defense, they do a good job of stepping up, causing him, as in Ed Crouch, to be able to be under pressure and not, trick him like he's been able to do all game. He avoids one guy, but the rest of the team is there.
Yeah, that's one thing so far that hasn't been open to Knights of Degen on a lot of these read option routes. A lot of the yards have come through the middle. So, yes, it's working right now early on, but eventually one of these runs in the middle, which is going to be like the right read, he's going to get hammered by a linebacker. Make him pay. Make him feel it as you get later into the second half.
Sounds like you don't like quarterbacks.
I love quarterbacks. I'm not the one that used to make a living hitting quarterbacks.
Low snap for Crouch. He'll look to throw. In trouble. Eluding the rush. Now throwing to the corner of the end zone, just beyond the reach. Was trying to find Tommy Auger in that back corner. Nice job by Crouch to elude all kinds of defenders.
I agree. He's able to use his legs and constantly stay away from the defense. He has his eyes down the field the whole time. Watch. He has pressure on him. He's still looking down the field, avoids the tacklers, and he takes a hit to try to develop a touchdown, but unfortunately it was a little too long. But it just shows you the type of athlete he is.
Yeah, he was locked into catching T.O. on that one. T.O. on a slant, perfectly covered on the outside. I believe that was number 26 making that one happen. It's our man Ben Hunt, normally known as the big hitter. That time shutting down T.O. on the slant, taking that one away. But again, testament to Crouch's mobility to buy time, still get a decent look at the end zone there, and not take a sack.
So this is a screenplay right here. If all the fans, you guys picked it but don't know what kind of play it is, this is a screenplay that's supposed to be going to Terrell Owens.
All
so
right.
let's see how it pans out.
Stacked up, top of your screen there. Williams, Herring, and Owens. Crouch steps through and cannot elude the rush. Thought about it, looked T.O.'s way, and then decided to try and step through. But he was eventually halted by a dancing Nick Williams.
Now let's take a look at some of our Fan IQ leaderboard here for the Knights of Degen, and it's Kevin of Degen. He's number 1. He is here in the stadium. You might have seen him during the player announcements. He'll be the one calling the plays for the squad if we end up going, again, to that man-up shootout. That is only happening if Knights of Degen lose this game. But Kevin of Degen has been the number 1 fan, calling the plays that have been most correct, the most touchdowns, the most yardage, all of that. And so he'll be your play caller in case we have to go to that man-up challenge. He was with Makuga earlier, and he said, man, I'm not going to lie. I hope that we win this now so I can enjoy game number 4 with a couple of drinks. But he'll be ready just in case.
Take the pressure off.
Once you got the wheel, backside. Playboy. Second.
Crouch firing. That was intended for Owens. Ricocheted out of bounds.
This pass was definitely on Ed Crouch right here. He was behind T.O. on this pass.
Our flag
he had
has been thrown. The Knights of Degen will now vote for the progressive 5th down. Fans vote for 5th down.
challenge.
This has got to be one of those times here, Shays, where it feels difficult because it's just a big sea of blue running around. Yes, I know that your guy is leading, and yes, I know your guy's T.O. is taller than everyone else. But that's just a lot of blue going around, and
off the helmet.
Get a step on him.
he had a step on him, but that's what I was saying. Ed Crouch is going to want this ball back because he has the guy beat, but he also sees the linebacker.
Mm-hmm.
So if you throw it over the linebacker's head, that's obviously going to be an interception in this situation. But if throwing it behind, he hit Ben Hunt in the head.
Yeah, Tommy O'Shea also running the same way, kind of been out here. So fans have voted. We are going forward here. It will move the ball up to the 2-yard line, but it has to get in. Shays, where are you going with this one?
I'm just doing what got me down the field the whole time. Honestly, I would spread Eric Crouch out, and then he's going to run the ball. He's going to act like he's going to look for a pass, but then have him run the ball. Or either a read option, but I prefer him in the backfield by himself, and then let him make a decision.
You got the end.
It was a big play. Both drives have taken a ton of time off the clock. We haven't really seen that all season long. 10 minutes, and now we're into 8 minutes here for Knights of Degen.
Crouch ready. Rush is on. Crouch has a lane. Turns that corner, and Crouch can cruise in for the touchdown.
When I rub my head, it comes true. Get him in the backfield by himself. Let him look for a read. If somebody's open, he can run it. But if somebody's open, he can throw it. But right here, watch him. He sits in the pocket. He's looking downfield. He's trying to find the read. The D lineman makes him step upfield, and he's just too fast for Goodby. He just runs to the sideline, and that's a touchdown from the MVP of last season.
Hey man, I know your old nickname, your new nickname should be Magic 8 Ball. 8 Ball, there it is. Magic 8 Ball.
Oh, you got jokes.
I do. Look, I didn't even bring up what your old one is, so people haven't watched, they don't know what it is.
It was cue ball, but it's not 8 Ball.
Magic 8 Ball.
All right, you got jokes. All right, here we go.
Oh, nice jam.
T.O.
Got it.
And they'll give him the score there. He's had a couple where he was very close to the goal line. You have to catch that in the end zone. This one he is in for the 2-point Experian boost to give Knights of Degen the 8-6 advantage.
There it is. Chat popping off with the shout-outs to T.O. Huge stuff here by Aoki or by KOD. And again, extra points mean a lot. They're up by 2.
That was a good route by T.O. Ben Hunt and him were real physical at the line of scrimmage. He was able to use his body and leverage to be able to create space for that 2-point conversion. I like that route and concept by T.O.
Yeah, I mean, when you go down that defensive roster here for D-block at on the edge here for Aoki, you got Ben Hunt, Darius Stokes, maybe Xavier Williamson you give a shot, but I think it's really those top 2 DBs that are going to be the ones covering T.O. if he's the one going up for the extra points. He's the bigger guy. I think if you go speed guy, then maybe you go Xavier Williamson, but otherwise Ben Hunt, he's not afraid of the challenge and had a good jam there at the beginning, just wasn't able to get anything off of it.
That's what happens when you're going against top 5 receiver in all of football history.
You got that for me?
Every league.
Well, there's 2 of them right there. T.O. talking to Julio right there.
Some serious talent in that end zone right now.
Marshawn, man.
Marshawn Lynch.
Marcus Peters.
So the Beast ownership group there with Peters and Beast Mode.
They just got a new guy. Is Todd Gurley as well.
Gurley. Yep.
Yeah, they definitely they can play their own football game as the owners.
Isn't this wild? It's like T.O. scores, goes and daps up just greatness. Greatness dapping up greatness right now. That's a lot of fun.
8-6. Aoki back to a little confusion here as this play gets underway. It seemed as if not everyone was totally ready for the action to begin.
Patrick Smith was ready.
Yeah, it looked like one of those. Is it on 1 or on 2? Well, when the man's in motion, you got to go when he's there, right? On a sweep.
He has to stop and start chopping his feet.
I've never seen that before.
I've seen it.
You've seen it happen before,
yeah.
and they still hand it off.
Yeah,
that looks so fun.
No, it does look funky though. It does look funky because a lot of times I think you might have it on 2 or 3. And he's running across, but you didn't do it in enough time.
I see. Either way, for what felt like a funky play, still 7 yards here for Aoki as we hit the 1-minute warning.
So 1 minute to go in our first half. KOD leading Aoki 8-6. Football back with Mitch Kidd and company. We'll take a timeout and come back after this. KOD leading Aoki 8-6. Degen, Ryan Shazier, Liv Moots, Greg Meskel here with you from Pullman Yards in Atlanta. Aoki back on the offensive attack here. They need to win to have a chance to make the postseason. Knights of Degen, they win and in. It's that simple. Still a path if they lose through the fan-powered showdown that would come following the conclusion of this game. Kidd ready to throw. Let's fly. Puts that one up way high, and it is intercepted. Taken back by Marquell Osborne, who's out of the end zone and on the move. Up to the 20, looking for a lane, and then is hammered into the wall by Joseph Boykin. But the damage done, the football back with KOD.
Mitch Kidd is going to want this ball back right here. Obviously, he's going to want it back because it's an interception. But he steps into the pocket, try to get aggressive. And earlier this game, Osborne almost had an interception from him. And right here, he capitalized on it. So watch him step up in the pocket. He has time, but tries to force the ball downfield. Overthrows his receiver, and Osborne literally catches a punt right here.
Yeah, and at the end of this play, if we roll it all the way through, Henry Kellogg gets away with a very blatant and big block in the back here. You see 20 on the left. Bam! That's a block in the back. That is clear as day. They get away with it. So Knights of Degen get the ball 10 yards further up than where they would. The penalty would have knocked him back. And now, Aoki, who didn't get their extra point, might be down 2 scores and not get the ball back in the second half if Ed Crouch can manufacture a drive down to score.
In 43 seconds, I definitely feel like he can. He's definitely one of the, or if the best quarterback in this league. So let's see what their offense can do right now.
On that last Knights of Degen drive, Crouch accounted for 36 of the 38 yards that KOD racked up. And now the handoff here to West.
That mesh didn't look the smoothest on that specific one, but Ed Crouch has done a pretty good job, along with West, to hold on to the ball and make sure they're doing good.
Well, you're watching Terrell Owens play live right now at Knights of Degen. Don't miss him later on the Fubo Sports Network. You can catch all the link to Terrell Owens' VT footage here and mic'd up. Watch him broadcast the final game of the night. Catch the TO Zone exclusively on the Fubo Sports Network, airing live now.
Shaking hands, no babies to kiss, so he'll just tap up Marshawn. Good there by T.O. after he scored his extra point.
I feel virtual reality doing that, man, I'll have a headache.
Oh, yeah.
Doing virtual reality football, man, I feel you have a headache for sure.
Technology's trying to catch up, but there's nothing like the real thing. Now remember, we are at 36 seconds. At 30 seconds, the clock will stop every time after every play, no matter what.
Going downfield and battling for that football was Jordan Williams, looking to create some separation from Sean Kelly, but a little bit behind him.
Receivers love to look at referees when they don't catch the ball. Right here, this is just a little bit of hand fighting. Both of them tussling. It's no reason for this to be a penalty right here. So that's just good coverage, and unfortunately, he just couldn't come up with the ball.
Yeah, I thought that was great coverage there by Sean Kelly, number 32. And I still feel like there was a little bit more space on the outside for Jordan Williams to keep fighting on up. But instead, one of those where he kind of planted his feet, started slowing down and trying to trace the ball, traced it a little late. And it's an incomplete, forcing a third down here. Still third and a decent amount, 3rd and 7, I'd say.
3rd and long in football terms. 3rd and 7 is 3rd and long. 3rd and 5 is 3rd and medium. 3rd and 3, unless it's 3rd and short.
5 yards medium?
Yep.
Check out.
Crouch stepping up, moving to the 20, breaks the tackle, looking for a block, and he is taken down at the 10. Becker tracks him down, but another play from Ed Crouch that seems stopped, only for him to find another 10 or 15 yards.
Man, I don't know if Ed Crouch reminds me of Cam Newton or Lamar Jackson, but he's a combination of both of these guys right here. Watch him in the pocket. He steps up, and you see him being able to avoid Goodby and all these other defensive players for the Aoki squad right now, man. He's one of the most dangerous players in this league.
Yeah, I think that's one of the time where if we look at the replay, it looks like he was just bringing it down no matter what, but that's because the edge got beat real quick. He had to step up and just made the decision, gets the first down. And Ed Crouch, if there's a quarterback you want to trust, that's exactly what this Knights Degen squad is doing. They're just trusting his decision-making, and he's driving them down the field.
You want to win, put Ed Crouch in.
The 21 seconds left. Ed Crouch and Knights of Degen threatening after the turnover. They go to Lewis. He spins off a tackle, but then Becker rides him to the ground with now 16 seconds to play.
Ben Hunt went for the big hit right there.
Yeah, he did. Oh, my gosh.
I actually like plays like this because right here, with him going for the big hit, allow his defensive player to be able to get there and make the tackle. I actually used to do that a lot of the time. I'll shoot the gap, and then now you have to make a decision, and your decision allow my teammate to make a tackle.
Oh, man. Just fans at home, that was running towards us. I was running towards the booth. And Ben Hunt, it was very clear. As soon as it was coming across, Ben Hunt was like, either I'm going to crush him or someone else is going to get him. There was no in-between there. And so he was right. Ben Hunt was able to go ahead and make the play. All right, 16 seconds left. You got enough time here to score if you're Knights of Degen. Any plays work.
Second.
Crouch stepping up once more. Trouble here. And still finds a positive out of all that. Again, right, these are plays where once, twice, 3 times it appears like he is going to lose yardage or get taken down early, and he still squirms through for a couple.
So Ed Crouch, his body style, he's more like a running back, or more like a bigger body type of guy. So he's able to break these type of tackles, while a regular quarterback, you know, they're normally able to avoid it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's good, bro? What's good? What's good?
Let's go, man. Nice to meet you. No, it's all good.
What's up, man? Good to see you.
Nice to meet you, Mark.
I miss it out there too, bro. I miss it out there.
Got some guests joining us in the
Appreciate
booth
that,
here.
for sure.
Got some beasts in the house
For
right
sure.
now. 10 seconds to go here.
So we got Marshawn, we got Marcus in here. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all.
Appreciate you. You got to go to T.O.
Called it. Oh, baby.
T.O. for 6.
Clapping like a fan and shit. Oh, I miss football, baby.
You know one of the great things, though? You just out here and it's just pure.
What's up?
It's just pure. You just want to see good plays.
I think y'all need to come every week.
What's up? What's up, it ain't?
Hey man, this saucy, man. I appreciate it. Y'all come up here, they throw the fade to T.O. immediately. I love it.
You got to.
Terrell Owens, his 3rd touchdown here in the FCF.
We just was hollering at him. I said he got at least a good 806 touchdowns for the league if they pick him up right now. 800.
Oh, T.O.?
Because all you got to do is, T.O. give him a slant, he taking it to the crib. Yeah.
I think he more jump balling.
T.O. got that gas still. It ain't all the way turned up like it used to be, but he still got gas though.
Bro, he do that, so you feel me?
Yeah.
I seen him work out, you feel me? 2 times with him.
Okay.
Because he fuck with it. You feel what I'm talking about?
And the energy, you need that energy. Look at him, he turned up. They talking big shit. Ready to chonk him.
Look, ready. I'm telling you.
Ready to chonk him. Get your popcorn ready.
Here's the 2-point pan up to Williams, and that's good.
Marshawn,
What's up, big dog?
so what is like being the owner?
Incomplete, he dropped it.
You said, what's that?
What is like being the owner?
It's a little different. It's a little different from, coming from the standpoint of being a player. But I mean, just to see something like this come together, that it'd be dope. And then the opportunity that it gave me, to put other people in position, is probably what I like most about it.
And I love the concept here, man, because especially like with us being able to have the fans get involved with everything, but then like you said, you can bring people to the squad that you personally know or that you know.
Yeah, man, and like I was just telling old boy in the back, or they didn't close the door, but I was just telling old boy in the back though. You feel me? I done had my little brother and about 4 of my little cousins and everything. He kicked all of them off the team, though. So, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, with being an owner, I'm talking about I done brought my family to try to put on and shit. And then Blood kicked my people off the thing. So, I'm like, man, folks tripping. So, I'm trying to push hard lines. So, I was like, fuck it then. I'm gonna go get my cousin to come be a joint owner with me. So, you feel me? That's the opportunity I'm talking about. Now, being an owner of a team, and now my cousin part owner in the same team, like that's family goals that we stepping on right now. You know what I'm talking about?
That's goals you have as a kid. You want to own a team. We all played, but when you a kid, you like, man, I want to own a team one day.
Yeah, well, I mean, that was probably far-fetched for me, but as far as playing for one, but thinking about, I could own that one. I mean, that was far-fetched. So now being, in this space to actually do it, that shit feel good though, big dog.
That's awesome.
I like the fact going on right now though.
Yeah, this is the chippiest that I think we've seen these players be because they live with each other, they practice against each other. Sometimes they're going to be teammates, but they know this is the last regular season game, so they don't have to be friends anymore if they don't want to be because they're playing against each other for the rest of the season.
Hey guys, we're going to take a quick time out here at the half. We're going to come back with more with Marshawn and Marcus joining us from the Beast. We'll step aside and be back right after this.
Got people in the chat kind of saying, I love the fact that this league lets people feel so real about themselves. They love what they're doing, and it shows big ups. And let me tell you, having Marcus Peters and Marshawn Lynch come into the booth and them be themselves, that just felt like a shot of adrenaline, just like straight on in. I was like, I don't even care what we talk about. You're bringing up old football stories, like what you do if you tackle him. He's like, yeah, give a little slide, yell at your teammates. Why is the DB making a tackle on the running back?
Now, Shazier, did you give us your advice? How do you stop Marshawn Lynch? I was going to ask you that.
So the thing is with Marshawn, like most running backs, like they're north and south, or like east or west, or like they try to be shifty. But the way he runs like really like it's kind of it's like wide, but it's like he's off balance.
You're making like a skiing motion, like he's going side to side.
Yeah, it's almost like he's skiing. So when it comes to tackling him, like almost like Ed Crouch. When it comes to tackling,
this guy cannot be taken down. Crouch bumped off about 7 tacklers before he stopped at the 10.
Yeah, so the thing is, when it comes to tackling Marshawn, it's like skiing. It's like the way he moves, his body motion and his shoulders are always dipping. So it's really hard to get a center of balance on him. And then when he's in beast mode, when he's just really thinking about crushing your face, it's really hard to tackle somebody like that. So because most running backs, like they understand, like, all right, I have to hit you. Like I have to get this yardage. But then it's sometimes they're like, man, I'm not trying to get hit. With Marshawn, he understood, like, hey, I can avoid you, but I like hitting too. So like him, Chris Ivory, Ezekiel Elliott, when those guys are like, hey, I'm in the mood of hitting people, it's not fun as a defender. Because we like hitting. We play defense because we like to hit. We don't play defense because we like to get hit.
You weren't planning on getting hit first.
You're right. Yeah. And he's one of the type of guys that brings the punishment to you, while normally defensive guys bring the punishment to the other guys.
Well, Ed avoided a lot of punishment there. His backstrap gave out before he did.
Crouch now throwing on the run again and just overthrew Terrell Owens. A couple of Aoki defenders dreaming of an interception, but ends up falling to the turf.
That's the first time where we've seen Ed Crouch make a bad pass because he was tied. I think that's the first time I've seen that. Everything else, he's always either taking it down or it wasn't because he's. That was very clearly like, hey, I could run this, but T.O.'s there. Kind of half throw.
I think it was a combination of that, but then also he understood, like, hey, I might get 5 yards, but T.O. might get 10. And unfortunately, with quarterbacks, when you don't have your shoulders square to the person you're trying to throw it to, it can cause you to overthrow the ball sometimes. So with him running, he's tired, like you were saying.
Yeah.
And then, he's just like, let me get this over here to T.O. He can get these 10 yards, and he put too much air on him.
All right, now that we're calming down, Marshawn and Marcus Peters moved. These are 2 plays with no yardage here by KOD. A 3rd and 10. Remember, they don't have their 5th down.
Crouch again, throwing, and again, just off target. So he's been forced into a couple of throwing situations after his legs got him so far in that first half. And quickly looking at a 4th down, as Degen pointed out, they don't have that opportunity to go for the 5th down. They could, of course, Wendy's flip the field here if they didn't want to try and make anything else happen.
D-Block is really stepping up right here in this situation.
Yeah.
They're allowing Ed Crouch to be himself, allow him to run around the pocket, allow him to step up. But the thing is, they're setting a wall at the line of scrimmage. So he can do all the running he wants behind the line of scrimmage, but they're not allowing him to pass it. I mean, actually get past it when it comes to running it. And it's making him uncomfortable when it comes to throwing the ball.
50 Dino.
So 4th down coming up now for Ed Crouch and the Knights of Degen, as we talked about a bit tonight. Playoff implications. KOD a win and they're in. Aoki a win and then they go to a fan-powered showdown. Here's the 4th down play. Crouch puts on the brakes. Still eluding, lets it fly all the way towards the end zone. Up for grabs, nobody there. Was looking for Jedediah Lewis. Good coverage there from Ben Hunt, and that brings an end.
This is beautiful coverage by Benjamin Hunt. He almost had an interception right here. As you watch, you see it hits his hands, but that's a very, very difficult pass to make. But he had Terrell Owens wide open at the 1st down, but unfortunately he's trying to go for the home run. And when you go for the home run, sometimes you got to flip the field.
I'm going to assume that's where this is headed. Remember, on all these power-ups, the coaches can trigger the option, but you, the fans, have to vote whether or not you want it to happen. This does seem like a good opportunity, though, to flip the field.
Y'all better make that happen. Are you going to be on the 10-yard line?
Yeah, fans of the chat saw that one. Literally wide open. T.O. was wide open. Yep, we're seeing that. We saw it, too. You heard me say, he's got him. I saw him wind up. I was like, oh, no. He's going for the big one.
Flip the field. 1st down and 10. Aoki. The 10-yard line going out. 1st down.
All right, and one thing to remember is that when KOD scored that touchdown to T.O., They did not score the 2-point extra point, or even a 1-point extra point there. You guys could have voted for one. And now it's still a one-possession game. Aoki can be right on into it. And this first drive went by real quick.
Hey, Greg, I think we should have a Wendy's rep up here one day. I always wonder why their burgers are, how they make them square. Like, they're always perfectly square.
Yeah, that's evident. It helps them stand apart. They're the square burger, right?
Yeah, I think we should get a rep to understand how they do that, so I can make my burgers like that at home.
What a stop there, Ilion. It's probably like on Wikipedia, but I would love to also have a Wendy's rep stop by. Maybe we get a couple of burgers out of the deal.
If they did the biggie bag up here, they could drop us off to us as well. But that was a great stop by Austin Jones. He was in the backfield before they even got the play developed on this jet sweep style of play. So that's a good defense by the Night of Degen's shutdown squad to start off.
So with this being the second half and this a game featuring NFT squads, Degen, this special 99 jersey carrying a lot of weight.
The 99 jersey means that your vote is worth 1,000 times more than the average vote here. So basically, if you've got that jersey, you're calling the play during that first drive. It actually happened for both teams. So that first KOD drive, that's somebody's fault.
From the end zone, Kidd stepping up, tosses it out ahead to Smith, who keeps his feet, avoids the tackle, and he's going to be taken down at the 25. So again, look to be trouble for Aoki, and good presence of mind from Mitch Kidd to just flip that ball forward to Smith. And since we're talking about the 1,000 times vote power as we see this play once again, courtesy of Great Clips, you guys will remember the first meeting between these two, that's where that debuted, and Aoki had 4 straight trick plays. It did not go well in that 42-18 loss, so they've cleaned it up here a little bit.
Yeah, you can't do 4 straight trick plays in a row. That doesn't normally work. But right here, Mitch Kidd, his legs has been working for him really well this game, and he steps up into the pocket. It looks like he's going to run, but actually just flicks the ball off and to Patrick Smith, who had Boinkers on the edge. If he stayed behind his blocker, that might have been a touchdown. But that was actually just good awareness by Mitch Kidd to allow his team to get this first down and move the sticks.
Yeah, and shout out to Trenchman giving him the time.
Here's Ballard. He's been fairly quiet after an epic game a week ago. He is stopped short there. Big shout out to our broadcast partners here, showing fan-controlled football action Twitch at twitch.tv/FCF, NBCLX, Peacock. Head to Peacock, click on channels, and then you can fire up NBCLX. And of course, our international viewers on DAZN.
Man, we know that this shutdown squad defense goes to Wendy's because they continually set the edge. The burgers are all round.
I see what you did there. Well done.
They set the edge. Nothing's been going to the outside. It's all been having to step up over the middle there. And so the shutdown squad, they're a big fan of the $5 biggie bag.
Yeah, you could definitely tell he had a 3.0. I was a little bit behind on that one.
That's okay, Shays. You had a good one early. You had the good one with the Wendy split the field one. Sometimes you go for the home run. Sometimes you got to flip the field. That was good.
To set the edge, I like that. That was a good one.
Thanks, man.
I'm gonna steal that. Oh, double jump off sides.
No flag.
No flags.
Yeah, we got one.
Kidd lets it ride. Oh! That's off the TO zone. Watch out upstairs.
Hey,
Oh, there is a flag on the field. It was off the sideline there.
That one almost hit. So normally we've seen Makuga up there. That was James Coe, who just came back from vacation from Hawaii.
On the defense, number 99.
Welcome back, James.
5-yard penalty. Still taking down.
Yeah. All we heard right there, the defense trying to make a case. They said they didn't pass the ball. You didn't pass it, but the first guy did, Austin Jones.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. Did he get back, though? Austin Jones got back in time. I thought Austin Jones got back.
It was good, bro. Good.
Good work, Mom. Stay here. Hey, come here.
Good, how are you? Hey, what's up, man? How are you? Nice to meet you. Got another guest here in the booth joining us.
How's it going, AB? Nice to meet you, man.
AB, Antonio Brown here at Fan Control Football.
Ready? Set, go.
We got a 2nd and 5 here for Mitch Kidd and Aoki.
Set, go.
Kidd, let's fly. That's good. All day for Boykin. An easy touchdown for Aoki. Another for Joseph Boykin. He's got 2 tonight.
Oh, yeah, and Jim Jones is upset.
You scored plenty like that.
Bro, that rub coming handy, that pick. We get underneath that, it's all good. That's a good rub route.
Hey, AB, explain to them what a rub route is.
A rub route when the guy come to pick for you and the guy going underneath. You can see the guy here coming underneath from the shallow. Cornerback get picked, it's man coverage. That's a walk-in touchdown, you get the good rub. See that rub, kind of got him a good bump. To the pay dirt.
Appreciate that.
Throwing it up.
Roman Tatum getting bumped.
And that's our top Aoki fan. Remember, if Aoki wins, our Aoki fan is going to be the one calling the play there as King Apollo. And right here joining us, Tony Brown. How's it going, man?
How you doing, baby?
We're good, man. We're just enjoying some playoff implication football, baby.
And one intended for Boykin again. Couldn't hang on.
Again, a huge extra point there just because now it's still one possession game. They're down. They scored that one, it would have been tied.
So you're a coach today?
You know, I'm just here to share the love. You know, I got a lot of coaching experience and tips, but they already have a coach. You know, I'm here for my friend Bob Mendiceri. He missed today. The Boston Celtics took a beating last night, so he didn't want to come and see me. You know I rep the 305, the Heat. So I'm here out of love. My boy Johnny Manziel here, Shazier here. Teammate for a long time, one of the best linebackers ever. This guy was really impressive. So I'm here to spread the love. I see Marshawn, Julio Jones. It's a lot of players in the building. You know, I like to be where the players at. So I'm just here soaking up the love. It's Atlanta. It's big-time ball, big-time environment. The FCL football is giving guys opportunities, and environments like this is really legendary.
What do you make of this whole environment? This is different than any other football.
Man, it's like my dad used to play arena league a long time, and it kind of give me the arena feel, but with the opening and the seats is like way different, so it's unique, man. How many TVs you guys got in here, man? I see big screens.
We got all the screens.
Man, you guys got this environment crazy. Is this an old train station or something?
Yeah, this goes way back. Historic Pullman Yards, back 100 years. The big thing here, as you know, AB, about FCF, fans call the plays. What do you think about fans being the offensive coordinators?
Well, I think fans want to have an effect on the game so much and have an input on the game so much. What better to let them be the coach or give them the input to see if the coaching from the couch is beneficial. You know, some guys need to be tested to see, hey, man, that was a bad call. Or some guys may be good. So I think when you invite the fans, make the fans feel a part of it, you know, carry the game. And fan football, baby.
Hey, AB, we seen at the beginning of the season, there's definitely some fans. They play call. They
did not know.
Trash, huh?
They did not know.
But they living on it. Like y'all tripping. Like they know.
Hey, no, but it show them. But they got an opportunity. They fix it up. They actually got an opportunity to make the playoffs.
Okay, we got T.O. at the top. T.O. blocking.
They're running here. They go with West, and he is tackled behind the line. It would be a bit of a loss there for Terrell West.
Yeah, and don't normally see T. West go backwards, but wasn't able to get any yardage there. That 2nd and 1 now going back to, still staying 2nd and 1. He got back to 3rd and 1 now. Got back to line of scrimmage. Remember, we do not put the ball in the half yards. It's full yards here.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, man. I never got to tell AB this, so I'm gonna tell him now.
All right.
Bro, I definitely feel like you the greatest, yo.
I love you, dog.
I definitely feel like you the greatest, and I'm gonna keep it G, bro. I used to say that when I was playing. Like you ain't played 20 years like some of these guys played, but when I played with you, bro, like you definitely did stuff I've never seen, bro.
Thank you, dog.
Appreciate that, dog.
You did too, man. You know, God got a plan for us all, man. And you know, football is just what we do.
Yeah.
You know, it's not who we are. So we learn a lot of attributes from guys like yourself and myself, and working hard and being committed, being disciplined, and doing what it takes, man. I seen you with the Mountain Valley Water.
Yeah.
Started to take your career to the next level, man, and dream about the ball and get so many interceptions. So moments like that, man, just, you know, we learn from, because I think when we so young and we doing it so fast and stuff happening so fast and we so focused on what we're trying to become and what we're trying to do, we lose sight of the purpose of who we are. And like, you know, we good people when we come from Florida, and we good representation of our families. And the attributes of what we stand for, man, is just being our best self.
No, facts.
Feel me?
Hey, so I got to ask you, bro. So tell us about Donda Sports, dog.
Man, Donda Sports is an elite apparel company as well as a management company that really trying to get the next player the opportunity to be the next superhero. Not in regards of being, be the best player on the field, but off the field deals, allowing players to have ownerships, helping create brands, and help them just understand what we expect for these players in our youth is the future. So we want to put them in the best situation and controlling their narrative, owning their rights, not just being great players on the field, but off the field, and just developing that elite crew of guys that want to just make an empire and see more of themselves in life.
No, because I seen that you was involved, but I'm gonna be honest, I didn't know what it's about. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I wanted to ask you what it's about.
Yeah, obviously we got the Donda apparel with Ye with the hoodies. Everyone go crazy for the shorts, the socks. But we got the basketball team in LA, the high school team. And we're just trying to help those guys pioneer, go to the next level. Obviously we got a great team in high school, but we want to also transition those guys, pioneer those guys to be able to live their goals and control their narrative and control their future.
Maybe we had Champ Bailey here last week. I got to ask him. Yeah, he's great. And I got to ask him, hey, what was the best advice that you had to pass on to others? So I kind of want to ask for you here, what's the best advice you have to pass on to others?
The best advice I could say is have a plan for yourself and be your best self. Life is about living. We all gonna die. So whatever you hear, whatever important to you, archive your life to get that done. We only got a selective time to be here, and we have to live. This work for you guys, this work for them. But we got to find time outside of work to live and do stuff that's important with family and stuff that got more meaning. So my advice to you is be your best self, have a plan, and live more, man. Life should be a balance of work and living. You see this what I got on, you can tell I'm living by the way I'm smelling. You smelling me over here?
I ain't gonna lie, you fine. You gotta tell me what that is.
Yeah.
That's that sway.
Sway.
Yeah, I rock with the colognes, so.
We got people in the chat hearing all of you right now. Very great advice, says 5-star bars. Advice from AB, that's what I want to hear. That's good. That's good. Appreciate it.
Let's go.
KOD leading Aoki here 14-12.
Somebody could throw Terrell Owens the ball, man. I just love this guy to see him score. How the hell he's 40-something and still look cold in his uni?
Yeah, nah, he been balling. He just caught a fade earlier today. So,
T.O. just love to play, man. This guy's insane.
He's kept himself in amazing shape.
Insanity. Yeah. You still love him some him, huh? Yeah. He gotta love it. Think about
that, he a dog,
prototype man. Still.
Get out.
Look at his arms, man. He got those barbells for shoulders. You see that? That's barbells for shoulders.
48, bro.
48 years old, still in great shape and doing the job here in the FCF.
I think I'm 48. I'm about to playing the Xbox, bro.
T.O. got man coverage, too. And he in the press. Okay, T with the...
Crouch throwing. Touchdowns there. They don't find T.O. It's Jacoby Herring for the score. KOD adds another 20-12.
It is Hollywood Herring and Bazile were open in that backside. This time the Aoki squad, I think, got sucked into the motion to the left, and then the roll to the right was wide open there for Ed Crouch as they extend their lead. And very important extra point here to score this to possession.
The quarterback right here pretty good, man. He got good vision.
Yeah, no, he
can move really good, man. A good scramble throw on the run. A kid, he really loved the game. He got a lot of energy.
Yeah, nah, he a good kid, man. He won the MVP last year, and I wouldn't be surprised if he ended up running for the MVP again this year. He's super mobile, and he always made the right play for his team.
What's your route right here in a one-on-one?
Too much space. You could just go crazy. Are we going from the 5?
Yeah,
from the 5. Yeti Lewis for 2.
You got the fade, you got the slant, you got the out, you got the whip return.
You got to catch it in the end zone, though.
For sure, you got to score.
No, I'm saying you have to catch it in the end zone. You can't catch it outside the end zone.
I mean, that's football, right? Hey, Shazy a defensive guy. He got to make sure you know.
No, I'm saying if you catch it at the 1, it don't count. If you catch it at the 1,
you got to score. Be at the 5.
Yeah.
22-12, KOD leads. Hey, AB, thanks so much for being here. Appreciate you sharing some advice with us. Thanks for coming through.
Thanks for having me, baby.
We'll take a timeout and come back with more FCF. Scan that QR code on your screen or go to store.fcf.io. Doesn't need to be the shirt. You can buy something else you like from the FCF and save today. And as we're back to the live action, Aoki trailing 22-12, and they keep it on the ground with Ballard. And well, credit Knights of Degen. I imagine they watched some of last week, and they have not let Malcolm Ballard get anywhere near as comfortable as he was a week ago.
When you see somebody scores 5 touchdowns, you put an emphasis on making sure that they don't do that again. You know, so and sometimes you overemphasize it, and the shutdown squad totally understand what Malcolm Ballard did last week, and they said, hey, you're not doing that to us today.
Yeah,
so,
they are living up to their name right now. They are shutting down the squad of Malcolm Ballard and Mitch Kidd. He hasn't quite had the game that we've expected, especially given the fact that playoffs on the line. You know, he threw that big one up earlier, and it took off a whole chunk of time. So let's see if Aoki can get back on track.
Yeah, we're cruising through this one. 4:37 to go, second half. Here's Ballard now getting a little room to operate, and he is across the 20 and down around the 22.
That was a good run by Malcolm Ballard. He has a good first of all, the Trenchman set up a hole to allow him to get through, but then as you watch, he's able to avoid the linebackers and then just runs over Mr. number 20. I'm sorry, I don't have his name right here.
Isaiah Edwards.
Isaiah Edwards, yeah.
Is Isaiah Edwards? Isaiah Edwards?
Yeah.
That's the man.
Yeah, man. That's why I asked Marcus Peters, what would you do if you got a big running back in front of you? Because Isaiah Edwards, you could tell he didn't want to do that, make that tackle, but he had to. So that's a good play by Ballard and Edwards, honestly.
So
Under
big
4 to play.
package on in, and now they put in more linebackers here. You got a linebacker and a tight end on the outside, but it's a run.
Here's Ballard, turns that corner, and he is across the 20. He'll be very close to a first down. We'll see where they spot that football. They will move it ahead to pick up a first for Aoki. Keep in mind, we're under 5 minutes to go in the second half. If Aoki scores, they can activate that comeback rule and try and keep on the offensive side of things.
Yeah, Coach Liotta was talking about how they installed this big package last week where it's 3 linemen, 2 tight ends, and then the running back and the quarterback.
I like that.
Here we have our fans at home with our rushing yard leaders, as we said. Number 2 on their TTV, King Apollo, is the fan at home if Aoki's here in the stadium. If Aoki's able to come back, he's gonna be calling the plays, as you see him doing right there. He's on Discord with the homies. Jay Libbs was the one leading the way with 280 yards, just 3 yards more than King Apollo, along with Kevin and H.
Kid facing a rush, flag on the play, and that pass is complete to Smith. He is tripped up around the 10, but there are a couple of flags on this one.
Too many on the field. We were good.
What a weird tackle. Like tripped him.
Oh, yeah, you can't do that. That's illegal. You can't do that. You cannot do that.
That was as blatant as Slick Nick's football kick earlier in the big fumble.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Down, I think, season week 3.
Illegal substitution on the defense. More than 7 on the field. 5-yard penalty. Previous spot, replay, first down.
So the penalty wasn't even the tripping. It was actually they had too many guys in the field. But I understand we got a review. You can't do that. Just for everybody to understand in the league that's watching, you're not allowed to trip somebody.
No intentional tripping.
So I have a question for you guys, both of you guys.
Yeah.
We had 3 guests that were all pros.
Yeah.
All dominant players.
Yeah.
Would you rather tackle Marshawn Lynch, guard Antonio Brown, or get guarded by Marcus Peters?
I'd rather tackle Marshawn Lynch because then I got a story for life.
No, try to.
Yeah, I would try to. I'd be like, hey, there's this one time where Marshawn stepped on my helmet.
What about you?
I am injury averse. I was going the other direction where guarding, and I use air quotes if you can't see me, Antonio Brown, I just let him go right by and be like one of the many men that he has beaten off the line into the end zone. Here's a good look. Speaking of guys getting free, Smith into the end zone.
Keep blitzing.
That's how we do that.
Patrick Smith and Aoki are in for the score. They trail by 4. They'll have a 2-point conversion. Then they can go for the comeback rule. Remember, Adoki needing a win here to keep their playoff hopes alive. Knights of Degen with a win. They are in.
This rub route's been working for both teams all day. Right here, we have another rub route that allows Patrick Smith to get across the field and to be able to just to walk into the end zone, just like we talked about earlier.
But this one looked more like a zone. It looked like it was the linebacker was blitzing no matter what, and then it was cover 3. The corners just dropped, the safety dropped, but as Patrick Smith comes all the way across, wide open, and able to beat his man to the corner and hit that square button right at the end zone with the flip.
Hey, good y'all win.
You still got to get another possession. I don't know if making shutdown squad upset is the play here for Adoki.
Ready.
Iliana's on for 2-pointer. Breaks free. Easy money for Malik Ilian. That's an Experian boost worth 2 points. And we have a 2-point game, 22-20 presumably. Adoki football when we return. We'll take a timeout, bring you back to Atlanta after this. Mitch Kidd leading Adoki back. 3 TD passes in this one. He is 1 away from what would be his 4th 4 TD pass game. He has been the best when you're talking about passing for touchdowns in the Fan Control Football League here in season 2.0.
And it's crazy. Although he's been the best, it might be over here if they don't get this
comeback rule.
conversion.
Adoki uses the comeback rule. It's 4th down and 5, 4th down and 10 on the 10-yard line. If they gain the line to gain, they'll keep the football. They also have voted to use the Gatorade power-up play, so you will remove the middle linebacker to get a first down, interception, or touchdown. It's 4th down.
I mean, this is the right way to do it. Adoki fans, they saved their power-ups for this moment right here. They bring down a player, so it is 6v7 for this one play. Either you turn over the ball because it's 4th and 10, or you get this first down here. Huge opportunity for Adoki. You can see nervous Adoki fans right now hoping for something to happen.
4th down on this Gatorade power play. The out is there, and the reception is complete. It works to perfection for Adoki and Joseph Boykin. They'll keep their drive alive with 1:35 and counting.
Adoki and your fans, you understand exactly what you needed right here on this play. You made them get into man coverage, and you got the right play call. A hitch route right here allows Boykins to drive up the field, have Kane back off because he's thinking of something deep, and then Mitch Kidd just throws a laser to the sideline to make sure they get the first down.
I'm not going to lie. In that out route, as the ball's traveling, right, because outs are one of the tougher passes to throw for quarterbacks, it was about half a second. I was like, oh, man. It felt like a lot of time. Felt like the ball was hanging for a little bit, but the catch is made, and Adoki, they have their fate in their hands.
1 minute left, second half. Adoki fans feeling good. They've got the football. They're down 2 on the move. We'll take a timeout. As T.O. and the Knights of Degen are leading Adoki 22-20. But Mitch Kidd and Adoki on the comeback trail. Mitch Kidd 7 for 9, 87 yards, 3 TDs, 1 pick, but he has turned it on as of late. 4 of his last 4, and Harold Owens right now can only watch as the Adoki offense remains on the field.
I actually have a spy in the crowd. They said the reason it's a lot of fighting over there, T.O.'s talking a lot of smack right now.
Here's Kidd, pulls it back. Ballard stays in to block, and Mitch Kidd took a couple of bumps there. Ronald Marlborough coming over.
Good call.
That's always tough.
That's the first time out of the half.
You think all these all-pros in the house, Shazier, have a little fire in
I
T.O.?
have to.
Yeah, definitely. He definitely wants to show them, hey, I still got it. You see what Marcus Peters said. He think he can get 8 touchdowns, 800 yards.
Yeah.
I honestly think Terrell Owens will do well in the NFL still. I don't know if he's catching any slants and taking them to the house, but I think that he's going to definitely. He has a lot of opportunity. I think he can have over 800 yards in the NFL.
I would say a lot of his success so far has been off of fades, right? Fades and then maybe a slant or 2, but haven't seen him run a ton of outs, haven't seen him run a ton of corners. I feel like that's where he had a lot of success in his career. Posts, haven't seen a lot of those. It's been a lot of fades, and then we saw him catch 1 hitch earlier today. But, I mean, one thing he definitely still has is the hands. Like,
Yeah, he has the hands.
the hands for these bullets.
I think he definitely can make a lot of contested catches. So I think he definitely has the ability to do it. So, like, I agree with Marcus Peters. I don't know about as many yards as he was saying, but I think I wouldn't be surprised about 800, around 700-800 yards.
52 seconds left, 2nd and 12 now for Aoki. Kidd, that's deflected just beyond the reach of the Knights of Degen. Marlborough was there.
Sorry, every one of these plays, I can't help myself with the onomatopoeia. As it gets tipped, there's a big hit. I'm starting to feel it because these guys have been battling all season long to get to this point, to even have a chance for playoffs. And here we are, the Aoki fan base using the power-ups, very smart to keep the ball on that comeback rule, 4th down. And so right now, it is pressure time.
That's crazy. Valentine's head got in the way right as he got off the block. Or that pass would have been right onto the receiver.
That replay courtesy of Great Clips. Great Clips salons are walk-in, no appointments necessary. Look great, feel great, perform great with Great Clips. 45 seconds to play, 3rd and 6.
So, Greg, you know we have all these beautiful posters of Terry Jones, Mitch Kidd, Jacoby Baker. Do they get to take those home?
That is a great question. I thought you were going to ask, where's our poster? Here's Kidd. A lot of contact there, and a flag on the play as the tight end, Darren Daudell, was driven into the wall by Jim Jones as he was trying to make a break on that football.
Jim Jones, I'm a linebacker. I think you have good coverage throughout the year, but that right there, that is PI. Pass interference. You're not allowed to do that.
On the defense, on the 54. Ball plays a spot of foul, automatic 1st down at the 1-yard line.
Spot of the foul, setting up a 1st and goal from the 1 inside the progressive blue zone.
I don't know if it was at the 1. You could probably put it at like the 5 or the 3. All right, that was pretty close.
Yeah, that was definitely like at a 3, but you can't do that. That is not. You can't do that. That is. I'm a linebacker. I'm defense first. I'm pro defense. I'm pro linebacker. You know, but you can't do that. That's unacceptable, Jim Jones.
23 yards on the penalty. Jim Jones, as you alluded to, Ryan, has been such a good player this year in the Fan Control Football League. Hasn't made many mistakes like that. And that penalty call sets up Aoki in the progressive blue zone, right on the front doorstep. 1st and goal from the 1, 40 seconds left. If anything, they may score too quickly here. It's going to leave Knights of Degen with an opportunity.
Let's see if we get some gamification. Maybe Mitch goes down early. Even then, like, the clock stops after every play.
The give to Ballard, still churning, and he does not get any further. Jim Jones coming back to make that stop.
They move it back a yard, too, so Jim Jones gets some of that yardage back that he gave away earlier. Maybe the play is just have the defense stuff him here. Again, KOD, they're hoping that their shutdown squad defensive unit can hold, unless they want the ball back and have their fate in their hands.
Question mark? Hold?
Hold? Caught myself in the middle of my statement. You know me, most of the time I'm always thinking about the gamification. What is the most optimal way to do this in a way that we all love to do when we see football on Saturdays and Sundays, and we know that coaches probably won't do that. There's too much pride on the line or whatever. But in this case, I don't know. I do think that if you're a KOD fan, you just hope this defense squad holds.
Well, to your point, though, is there a thought at a certain time on the clock where KOD says, okay, let him in because we need to get the ball back to try and score?
As a defender, I've been in situations like this before, and I'm not letting them score.
Ballard forward and in. Malcolm Ballard would not be denied this time. It wasn't as if he was let in, but he forced his way in for the touchdown.
Yeah, if you're gonna score, you're gonna have to beat me, and that's what Malcolm Ballard did right there. But I'm not letting you in.
Malcolm Ballard, the monster effort in week 6. 5 rushing touchdowns, an FCF record. He is back in the end zone here to put Aoki in front 26-22. And this is an important 2-point conversion here. 4-point lead, they'll want to go up 6. That could prove valuable depending on what KOD does.
man, Malcolm Ballard tried to show you guys why he had 5 touchdowns last week. When you get him in the red zone like this, or the blue zone, he's ready to score. I don't know what dance that was. Did he make it rain?
It's well rehearsed, whatever it was. Oh, yes, I think it was. For 2. That's good. Patrick Smith, the Experian boost, worth 2 points. That makes it 28-22, an important difference right now with Knights of Degen back on offense, trailing by 6.
All right, now if you're an Ade Oki fan, this is the situation that you're hoping for. You've got the winningest defense in terms of win record, D-block, with a bunch of yardage behind them to give them space and shut it down as we come down to the final moments of the final regular season game between these Baller collective squads.
Fans, don't miss your chance to be here in the crowd with us at Pullman Yards. Get your tickets now for the playoffs next week. Go to fcf.tixter.com and you can be here for 2 great playoff games next Saturday in Atlanta.
The fans now will vote for the Gatorade Power Up.
Fans are going to vote now for a Gatorade Power Play. This would allow Knights of Degen to go 7-on-6. It's the last power up the KOD had.
So I'm going to be honest. There's only 2 quarterbacks that I want in this situation right now. One name is DeAndre Francois, and the other one name is Ed Crouch. So this is exactly what we're asking for in a game to go to the playoffs or to force a shutdown, or not shutdown, a shootout. Sorry about that. So just knowing that you have the reigning MVP, he might be in the running for MVP this year.
Ade Oki will remove the middle linebacker for the Gatorade Power Up play until we get a first down, turnover, or touchdown. It's first down.
There's nobody else I want.
Fans do confirm the Gatorade Power Play, so that'll be a 7-on-6 advantage for Knights of Degen until they get a first down, a touchdown, or change of possession. And one of those quarterbacks, lucky you, is available. It's Ed Crouch.
You're right. Ed Crouch is so good that his coach has a shirt that says Ed Crouch number 5 on it.
Did any of your coaches ever wear a Ryan Shazier shirt?
Not while I was playing. His coach is standing behind him with the Ed Crouch number 5 shirt on.
Check out.
So that's
a player's coach right there. Here's Crouch with the 7-on-6. Crouch all day. A foot race. 5, end zone, touchdown. Ed Crouch and Knights of Degen.
That's why your coach wear your jersey during the game. That's why your coach wears your shirt during the game. I don't know if the cameraman saw it, but it's a coach on their team with Ed Crouch number 5 on, walking down the field with the flag in his hand.
We are tied at 28 after Ed Crouch rips off a monster run.
Wow. Watch Ed Crouch. Sits in the pocket, it sees there's nobody there. They're in man coverage, and when you pull somebody out on the power play, it goes in man coverage. And if you have a quarterback that is like Ed Crouch, like Cam Newton, like Lamar Jackson, and all the defenders are looking the other way, man, is off to the races, and nobody's catching him.
40-yard run for Ed Crouch, and that 7-on-6 works to perfection. It left Crouch all alone, and now this is huge.
Huge.
2-point conversion here, 17 seconds left for the Knights of Degen to go in front by 2. They bring on Terrell Owens.
Ben Hunt.
Here's Owens to the corner. T.O. laying it out, hauling it in! Terrell Owens for 2!
But boy, T.O. is not playing today. He is not playing today.
Ben Hunt did as good as he could. It was 1, 2, 3 little stutter step moves. Ben Hunt standing there the whole time. But T.O. put his foot in the ground, his Hall of Fame foot in the ground, gets behind him. And he's able to make the play. And it's a huge, huge play here as Knights of Degen are sitting in the driver's seat and heading to the Season 2 playoffs with 17 seconds left in the season.
Number 2 all-time. Touchdowns, receiving, this is why, right here. Wonderful route, great coverage, beautiful throw, but T.O. lays out, catches the ball, doesn't allow it to touch the ground at all for any confusion, and then, you know what he does, the prototype? Finish it off with a little bit of smack talk.
Oh, yeah. Reminds everyone, 48 years old and still doing it out here.
Yeah.
Crouch, meanwhile, 2 touchdown passes, 2 touchdown runs, and the connect to T.O. for the 2-point lead. Now keep in mind, 17 seconds left. Aoki back with the football. Clock will stop after every play, and they still have their progressive 5th down if they need it.
Tio still on the field yelling at Marquise Kane saying, hey, use that sideline, baby. Don't
Here's
get
Kidd.
deep.
Oh, Kidd! Downfield! Up for grabs! Caught! Right back to it! What a catch! They'll say he is out shy of the end zone, but they get a whole ton of yards back. Mitch Kidd, downfield.
Oh my gosh.
All right, a little bit of chaos here if you're not in the stadium.
Look at the
Referee's
kid.
calling it short. The kid's running the end zone, put the hands up.
That's not
What are the
touchdown.
coaches saying? Incomplete? Let's see what happens here in the
Oh
replay.
my God. Look at this
Patrick
pass.
Smith.
Jump ball
Ball
to
out of
Patrick
bounds,
Smith.
4-yard line, first
He's
down.
in. Not a touchdown.
Okay, not a
but-
touchdown, not a
but
touchdown.
Jump ball to your receiver that's been making plays for you all day. And Kane, that's not good enough coverage. He tries to put his hand in, but a big body receiver versus a smaller DB. Hey, Kane, you can argue with the ref all you want. It's not going to change anything. This
Patrick Smith, what a grab, by the way. Goes up and gets that ball.
Yeah, highest point. They teach you that all the time. Don't wait for the ball to come down. Position yourself and go get it. Patrick Smith doing it. And again, this team has speed in Elion. It has its do everything receiver in Boykin, but it's been Patrick Smith Jr. who has popped off in this de facto playoff game for Aoki, but we're not done yet.
36-yard connect. Kidd to Smith. Remember, Aoki needs to win this game to have
This is what we
hopes
do.
of making the playoffs.
This is what we do. This
KOD
is what
can lose this
everybody's made for
game
right
and
here.
still find a
Let's
way
go.
in. We'll go immediately
go.
to a fan-driven showdown if this ends up in a victory for Aoki. 10 seconds left here. And I'll say what I said previously. There might be too much time left. There might be enough time for Knights of Degen to go back on offense. But let's see what Aoki does here. Here's Kidd. Kidd, the give. Ballard surging, and with 7 seconds left, he'll be stopped short at about the 4. So gets back nearly to the line of scrimmage.
Man, he almost got through, and the refs, I feel like they blew that whistle pretty quickly. Only 3 seconds off the clock. There's 10 seconds to start.
That was definitely a quick whistle. That was it. I was just thinking of when I played football. If you ran the ball in this situation, that's such an aggressive play call. But honestly, that wasn't aggressive because, like you said, the clock stops after every play. The refs blew the whistle a little bit early. I'm not going to say anything, but right here, it gives Aoki another opportunity to score, and you have Mitch Kidd who throws lasers all game. So let's see what happens.
Timeout. Aoki.
Timeout called by Aoki. Remember, this is a way to trigger a new play call because the coaching staff, of course, does not call the plays. You, the fans, do that. But if they have one opportunity to force a play reset and a new call for the fans, and that'll happen here with the timeout with just 7 seconds left.
Oh, man, this is so exciting. This building, again, you've heard every single guest that has come in that we've ever had in the broadcast booth talk about how amazing this facility is for football. But this atmosphere, every single fan right now chanting as we take a look at those huge, huge plays that have defined this game here in the second half.
First up, Knights of Degen. Crouch goes out for a run. A long sprint here into the end zone, 40-yard dash, and you think, okay, Knights of Degen are in the driver's seat, but Mitch Kidd going for broke. Way downfield to Patrick Smith.
Quick snapping.
We're right back to it, though. Here's the give to Ballard. Turns the corner. That's in for a touchdown. Malcolm Ballard with 3 seconds left.
Oh, this is crazy. FCF football is crazy. Malcolm Ballard, he has 3 touchdowns on the day, and he shows you again why he wants the ball in his hand. They're getting the heavy package. The shutdown, not the shutdown squad, the Trenchmen set up a nice blocking force field for him to run to the outside, allow him to bounce, and then Malcolm Ballard does the rest himself.
Ballard in for his second rushing touchdown of the day. 2-point conversion coming up. Again, crucial to make it a 6-point game once more. Second look there, courtesy of Great Clips. 3 seconds left. We are going to have time for one more play with Knights of Degen.
You have to applaud the block by Andre Sims right here. This tight end, he comes in, set up a wonderful block, and all you see is Knights of Degen guys complaining because of what's going on.
Boykin.
Cooked him.
Good for 2 for the Experian boost, and that pushes it back to 6, and that provides a necessary cushion here so that a touchdown won't win it for Knights of Degen with 3 seconds left. They could, of course, take the game with a 2-point conversion. They'll have one more play to try and tie this game up as they go back on offense with a first down from their own 10.
Where else do you watch football and you get 3 touchdowns in 20 seconds?
Nowhere.
Yeah, this is it.
I guess the last year's AFC Championship game.
Yeah, that's the only other place.
That's the only other
In
place.
20 seconds? I don't think it was. I think it was
divisional game. It was fast.
It was fast.
That was probably the fastest, but I mean, this is so comparable right here, right? My goodness. Man, so a lot of the complaints here from KOD twofold. One, they thought there was a hold on the play, and 2, the quick snap. Like, we were still in our replay, but the refs blew the whistle. Aoki was ready to go, and Knights of Degen's defense were still shuffling their defense on. They're trying to match up who they had. Again, you talked about it. There was a tight end in, so they're trying to get another linebacker in at the right time. Ran out of time, and it was wide open around the edge.
3 seconds left. Last play here for Knights of Degen. They need a score to stay alive. Crouch.
Throw it up.
He'll let fly. This one headed towards the end zone. Up for grabs. Tipped up. Nobody home, and that's how it ends. Aoki with one final stand to pick up the win 36-30 and keep their playoff hopes alive. We'll head to a showdown between these two teams who are now tied for that second spot in the postseason in the Ballers division.
Hollywood Herring had the best shot at it. We could get one more look at this final play. He goes up, gets his hands on it, and Yeti is doing exactly what receivers are supposed to do when you're shorter. Be waiting for the tip. Hands on it. Oh, baby.
That was a wonderful play by Benjamin Hunt by actually slapping it down because he didn't allow the ball to stay in the air. So watch him hit it downward instead of going for the interception, because him hitting it downward then give Lewis the opportunity to catch it.